Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we'll be talking about how to use micro front ends correctly, right? So there was monolith way of writing code, right? Where the entire application was there in one repo, like a Spring Boot application you create, and then both the backend and front end and database schemas and everything are there in the one repo, right? Now the problem is that the team will be huge. So many people will be, checking in and checking out, committing and PR reviews and all the stuff are there. Like so, one merge conflict and everything goes away, right? So you have to pull from your main or the from the develop branch every day. Every day that's the reason. I mean, before creating a commit, you have to pull it, merge it, and then do it. And if there is any error, then you're screwed. So the entire code base will go to toss, right? That was the problem with monolith. Now then came multi-repo where multiple repos were there. Therefore, multiple teams, but versioning issues were there. So instead of using a monolith, we had multiple repos, front end different and back end different. That we created the teams were different. So then, but the problem was the versioning issues were there. So because everyone will be kind of because repos will be multiple, but but the versioning will be you have to manage the versioning part. The versioning part was a major issue. Then comes monorepo. Monorepo is like a single repo, but multiple teams and better versioning, but complex CI/CD because everyone will be having their own CI/CD pipeline, and then maintaining that is will be a problem because through that also the versioning will be also be there, and then you have to manage it carefully, right? Then comes the micro front end. Now, micro front end, what happens is that multiple teams, multiple repos, okay, multiple deployment and better versioning. Okay, all where because Docker and Kubernetes, everyone will have every repo will be having its own pipeline, right? So that's the reason when you have your own pipeline, you have own set of skills, and then you the versioning part can be managed easily. It is in your control. That's the reason people have moved from monolith architecture to a kind of a micro front-end architecture, similar to microservices in the backend, right? Now, how to create a micro front-end? Everyone knows through model federation of Webpack, you can create it. Okay, so model federation, I think Webpack 4, I think 3 or 4 it came, where there are specific ways in which you have to write configuration for the webpack config.ts or JS. You write the configuration for your application to be considered as a module, and basically it exposes the micro front end as a module, and it is exposed as a basically it compresses itself to a web component, and then the consuming app, that is the parent app, which will be to which the micro front end will be attached, will be expecting it as a web component. So it is exposed as a remote entry.js file. It's a basic JS file, JavaScript file, which is lazily loaded whenever it is needed, when that application will come into use. So it helps a lot of so team management is good, versioning is good, separate pipeline, so that is also good. And then this lightweight code, we don't have to create a lot of code, maybe one module, one application, two modules, one application, like that we can create. And web component will be it is platform agnostic, right? You can use Angular to create micro frontend, you can use Vue.js to create a micro frontend, you can use React to create a micro frontend. So it's just a architecture pattern, right? And it's a web component, so it's very easily configurable, easily. Okay, so you can use the modules lazily. That is what I said. And each micro frontend has its own build pipelines, or React, Angular version should be the same. Yeah, this is the main important thing. The version should be same. Version should be same means the parent version is say Angular and the micro frontend is in React. It will work, no doubt. But if you are having three different versions of Angular for different micro frontends, then it will not work, because one micro frontend will work on Angular 12, other will be on Angular 15, other will be Angular 18. That will not work because there will be problems whenever the micro frontends are talking to each other through a lot of event based architecture. That we can tell when I will create. I already have a video for micro frontend. You can look how I created the micro frontend. That is in Hindi, and I'll create a proper set of videos for micro frontends. But that is how micro frontends need to be used correctly. Okay, and create it per one module, create a micro front end and expose it as a web component, and then use lazily in the parent application. It is platform agnostic, and but the thing you have to remember is the same version of the UI framework, whether React or Angular, should be used, else it will not work. Same version for all the micro front ends. Okay, the parent can be a different application altogether. That is not a problem. But the version should be the same between the parent and the micro front end. That is what I'm trying to say. Okay. If you like this video, please share this video to your family and friends, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.